Alright, today is Wednesday, March 25th. We're driving today because we're going to do a nice old-fashioned card game delivery. The particular reason we're making a delivery today is because Mario's Gaming World is closed. For those of you that may or may not know, the Ontario government has forced a non-essential business shutdown, basically. That includes this. So I can't open the store. I can't have any sales in the store. I can't have tournaments. I can't do anything. So yeah, we're gonna go deliver some cards. All sketchy and not suspicious like at all. Alright, we made it. Let's go drop off the cards. If that wasn't the shadiest card dealing I've done in a long time, I don't know what is. Well, usually at this time, Wednesday night, we have Dragon Ball Locals, which we can't have because the Ontario government and the virus. So, we're gonna go and talk about a few things and then just go from there, see what happens. You know, take it easy, have a good time. I received a bunch of questions about the ban list and how it affects me. So I thought it'd be a little bit fun to kind of just share that information with everyone. So what I'm going to do is have the ban list here on my phone. We're just going to go through each card and the hit, the change, and see how if I was prepared, not prepared, whatever. And we'll just have fun with it. Alrighty, so Blackwing Steam the Cloak. I had a large position in these, over 20, almost 20 maybe, and I have 5 left. So that's pretty good. Not that big of a loss. Destrudo, similar thing. I have never really collected Destrudos, but anytime I had a super one, I sold it. And I just have like 6 or so rares lying around. Glow Up Bulb, kind of saw that coming. I didn't buy any Glow Up Bulbs. I had options to, I could have for good prices at the time, but I was like, nope, not happening, because you never know. Banlist could kill it, and it did. I have like 3 commons left or something. I don't know. A Lunalite Tiger. That one was a bit of a shock to me. I think it's necessary. It's a good hit. I didn't have any left. Maybe like 1 or 2. Maybe. There's been a bit of a Lunalite craze going on here, and a lot of people wanted Lunalites, so they bought the stuff. I barely have any left. Spiral Master Plan. Oh boy. Again, not so much a big loss to that itself, as I didn't have too many Spiral cards, barely any Master Plans. Not a big deal to me. I did, however, pick up a Magician's Souls a couple weeks ago and haven't sold it yet, so that's probably just gonna go right down in price a little bit. So that's kind of annoying, but that's whatever, it happens. It might actually make it more price affordable for someone else to buy. Then that means it'll make a sale eventually. Danger Jackalope and Danger Snake. Fortunately, Dangers here in Belleville sell like hotcakes. I had 2 Jackalopes and 3 snakes left. So yeah, a bit of a hit, you know, they tanked a little bit, but it's fine, not a big deal. ABC Dragon Buster. I thought they were going to ban it. Kind of like what they did with Colossus on the last list. I didn't think they were going to put the 1. I didn't have too many. I think I have 7 or 8, some number like that. I didn't go too crazy with them, so not a big loss for me. Totally Awesome at 1. I effing hate this card. I hate it. I can't put into words how much I physically hate that card. I am so happy it's at 1. I understand it's because of Bahamas Shark and, you know, spamming multiples, Master Roll 5. You don't want that. I'm just happy it's gone, honestly. Goodbye, don't care. I won't miss you at all. Zodiac Dryden. I have a bunch of Drydens. For those of you that don't know, I have this thing called a Forever Box. It's where I keep things that I don't plan on selling, banned cards, limited cards, cards that might go up over time, like Librarians were in there at one point. And yeah, it's not a bunch. That's gonna work out great. Speaking of Librarian and Trishula, they're both at 1. So as you know, I had about 30 something Librarians. I'm down to 9 or so. Yeah, great. I sold them a lot when they're high, made mad profit off of it when it happened originally. That's great. Trishulas didn't really care too much. I made sure there was like a playset and a bit in the store just to have. Whatever, no big deal. Instant Fusion to 1 was something that kind of had to happen because Instant Fusion's just getting a little more broken with more and more cards getting released. That's a good hit. Mind Control, same thing. I barely had any left. Those are another card that's just sold a lot. Zodiac Barrage at 1. I have a bunch. Not a big deal. It's fine. To 2 went Malicious and Widow Anchor. Malicious, I think I had 9 or 12 or 15, some random number, but they're not expensive, so it doesn't matter. Widow Anchor have a bunch, so that's great. And then Diva, Necroface, Spiral Drone, and Pot of Avarice. I've been slowly building a position on Pot of Avarices because I figured it would go maybe to 2 at some point. Nope, just straight to 3. So that's nice. The price jumped a little, nothing too extravagant. I don't really care. Drone, barely had any, don't care. Deep Sea Diva, have some commons and some Deuce Ultras, that's really all I need. I originally was going to grab Supers before I went to 2, and then I missed the opportunity to do so I just never went back to it. I don't care. I'd say it's a big loss. I could have made a good amount of money on that. I think that might be the most financially obtuse moment that I made regarding this ban list in retrospect. But nothing we can do about it now. And Necroface. Makes me happy. Triple Necroface is fun. I really like Red Maju. I think it's a great deck. And Necroface just helps it. And Necroface can do silly things. I like silly things. So we're good. Other random notes before I end this segment of the video. I built a position on certain Master Rule 5 good cards that I could. None of them were impacted. These are cards like Dragalon. I can't remember any of their names. Huh. That's how much I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even remember the stuff I bought. Anyway, a lot of stuff that I have got, you know, playsets of did not get hit on the list. So, as long as the Master Rule develops and things evolve and combos are discovered and pro players start doing cool things, price spikes should probably happen at some point with some of these cards. Iris may have a little impact on the secondary market. Nothing too crazy. Prices are still going up, still going down. Virus, no virus, who cares? So we'll just gotta wait and see what happens with those cards. Hopefully some of them go up in value. Alright, so the fun part is, how do we run a shop, a card shop, when you're not open? I guess this generally applies for like any business that can't be open right now because of the virus or any other reason in the future. But hypothetically, what can you do? You know, still have rent to pay, still gotta pay a salary for yourself, can't live off nothing, right? So how does the business do it? How can you do it? Fortunately for me, I started this as card vending a long time ago. I can just go back to doing that for right now. That will pay everything just fine. You know, drive people's houses, deliver cards, make some money that way. It all works. It's all fine. Also considering that the rent here is cheap, there's no problems. This is only supposed to be for 2 weeks anyway, even if it goes longer, which I hope it doesn't, but if it does, I can still hold everything just fine. To be honest, I had the option of opening up, a full-blown game shop. That was something I could have done 6 months ago instead of this, but for one reason or another, I didn't, based on some logical, financial sound reasons. And this virus is just one more reason I guess it worked out that I didn't end up doing that. Because if I'd end up paying like $1,500 in rent still, I'd probably be pooping my pants a little bit. I would not be having a good time. I'd be a little stressed. All we can really do right now is just ride out the storm and wait and see what happens. I have no intentions of doing anything foolish like fire selling things or, browbeating people until they buy singles from me. I'm not really all about that life. People are going to buy what they want to buy. I might have a little bit of influence in that, but at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do, and I'm just going to do what I do, and it's going to be the same, only no official location to do it in, and no tournaments on the weekends or on Wednesday or Friday. Also, don't forget that dual overload literally just happened, and that can cover rent for a bit too. Like worst case scenario, everything dies and nobody buys cards and everything just stops here at this business entirely, 100%. Until everything starts back up, I still have a buffer. Quick little business tip, you should always have a buffer of cash in case a giant event like this happens, because you never know, life can just throw a stone at you and then you're screwed. And that's basically what this big virus is causing. Virus, recession, things like that. It's good to have money set aside in case you need it, in case something happens. So I'm prepared, I'm ready to go. If this virus and recession thing just go completely out of proportion, we're down for 6 months, everything's fine. Life will go on. And people will buy cards still, or they won't, and everything will be fine, and we'll play it by ear. Anyway, so I'll have to send the topic right now. I have a huge load of bulk I need to sort right now. All this bulk. Gotta sort all of it. So I'll take a few hours to get it started anyway. I guess it's a good thing that there's no tournament, so I have time to do stuff like this. I'm also gonna watch some Avengers, just to help not go crazy sorting cards for like the next 4 hours of my life. It is now Friday and I am in Kingston. I drove an hour just to sell cards. We're basically in a state of prohibition, so I have to make these long trips now to do this. Guess I'm turning right. Guy's spending lots of money, so that's always nice. It's nice to know that there are players that would rather have me sell them cards in Belleville than go to their own Kingston shops. I find that very intriguing. All that. Those are your singles.
Yep.
Those are your sleeves.
Cool.
These are your starter decks.
And that's just the card?
That's just mine.
Fair enough. Thanks so much.
No problem. See you later.
See you.
Thanks for the money.
No problem. Anything to keep you afloat.
Yeah, that was fun. Let's go get some food. This evening's tournament consisted of a whopping record-breaking 0 people. That's not even enough for a top 4, but still lots of action to go around, I'm sure. I'll go ahead and post the deck lists here. Comment down below what you think will make the top 4 this time. So I'm not quite sure if that's just depressing or hilarious, but yeah, no tournament. Nothing. Since I've Since this has started, I have worked mostly 6 to 7 days a week, just between everything I have going on. So it's nice to have this little mini vacation, I guess. I understand that for some people this is kind of like a bad circumstance, you know, money issues, all these issues, and I get that. I completely get it. But it's nice to just be able to relax and breathe. I haven't had breathing room in 6 months. And it's nice to have, I gotta say. I'm getting a lot done. I don't really have anything else to say on this week's episode. Yeah, business sucks. We made the odd sale by going here and there. Made some money. But that's it. That's all we could do. Still gotta pay rent. Still gotta do that. So hopefully a few more of those mobile sales will happen. And, you know, it's enough to at least cover rent for the month of April. But to be honest, it will probably just reopen once the non-essential business thing comes to an end, which projected it should be like second week of April or something like that. So we should be fine. I'm not seeing any issues. But I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching the video. Stay safe and stay healthy.